Welcome back to the channel. So if you've been paying any attention to the news lately, truckers have been getting a lot of attention. I've just seen these long lines of truckers sitting here, there, everywhere. They're, occupying Ottawa right now, but there's also, little convoys all over. And I keep seeing these big trucks, and I'm like, you know what I need? Freedom lights. I think technically these are like cab marker lights. They there we go. They sit on the top of the cab, right above like the front window. And these are gonna be orange. They got a little LED light in there. And I have 5 of them. So I have 5 of them. I bought these from Amazon, from something called Limacar. I'll put a link with it, but I think they're pretty standard marker lights. And they were $48.99. And actually, I already dropped one of these on the ground, and it didn't break. So they're somewhat durable, I guess. But we're going to see how good they look when they go in the van. So I'll go over what comes here. I got a little wiring diagram / instructions. And then it came with its own switch, which is, honestly, I'm not going to use it. It came with more things here. And then it came with some wiring connectors, put the 2 wires in, crush it down. Probably not going to use those either. I got a fuse, inline fuse, and a big long stretch of red wire. And then I got screws and little O-rings to, I guess, keep the water out. So along with that, with the O-ring, it also has this gasket that goes underneath. And I'm also going to load this up with some silicone to just be extra cautious. Anytime you're putting a hole in your roof, you gotta be like cautious and load up with silicone or whatever, because you just don't want water pouring in through the new hole you drilled in your roof. I'm not really worried about drilling holes in my roof this time. As you know, I cut a big hole in my roof for the fan. I've drilled holes in other roofs, and frankly, the roof of my van is already pretty ugly. It's sun faded, it's dented, as you'll see when we go out to the van. So I'm not that concerned, but I think I'm excited. I think these are gonna look cool. And now that my van's so big, like, I gotta make it look like a big rig. This is actually Super Bowl Sunday, and I want to get this done before it gets dark. I got the game PVR'd so I can like tune in late, but I only have a small weather window. Like, the next week is supposed to be rainy, so I really want to get it done now. I don't have that much time, so we're just gonna go for it, drill the holes. I can do the wiring later, but I gotta start drilling. So I'll meet you at the van. Okay, so all the lights are up. They're just sitting there. I think I got them where it looks good. Obviously, I'm going to do some measuring and whatever. But I marked out my center line, which is the left edge of this tape. So that first one, I kind of think I'm just going to drill it in where I like it, and then base the other ones off of that. So that's sort of the plan of attack, but I'll show you a little bit more of what I got going here. So yesterday, I took some time and I undid all this stuff. So we're basically gonna drill into that. Well, you can sort of see where we'll be drilling into. And yeah, I took off the little handle over there, the sun visors. Not that complicated, but I just didn't want to obviously drill through it. So, and I'm gonna have to do the wiring, so that came down. But yeah, I wiped everything down with brake cleaner. Not really worried about what it may or may not do to the paint. So it's all clean up there. So I'm just gonna drill that center one in and go from there. silicone. Put it on each side of the gasket. So there we go. They're all mounted, and if you come with me here, we will look in the side door. You can see all the wires and screws sticking out through. These are probably going to be kind of a pain in the butt to reach, so I might actually have to pull that headliner out further, but for now I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to go inside and watch the Super Bowl, but I think these things look pretty good. Okay, so it is now the next day. Super Bowl is over. Congratulations to the Rams, even though I wanted the Bengals to win. You can't win them all. I didn't bet, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, so to catch you up to what I've been doing, I got my relay mounted up in here. I have now insulated my ceiling. I wish I had a little bit more of this, but this is all I had left over. So it's going to be good enough. And then I'm going to put my Reflectix in over top of this, but... Yeah, fucking dog. Hey. Okay. Hey, go back inside. Go back inside. Oh, go back inside, bud. Oh, bud. Oh, bud. I'm so sorry. Hey, come on. I'll be back later. Okay, dog has been dealt with. He does not like it when I work on the van without him, but it is an absolute mess in here, as usual. So, yeah, so it's insulated. Wish I had more. Gonna be covering Reflectix. These are my wires all coming through. I have to wire all 5 of these black wires are the ground wires, so I'm going to wire those together, and then I'm going to ground it out, probably over here, maybe over there, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to ground it out to that front beam thingy. Then I'm going to wire my other ones together to this relay, and then I'm going to wire the relay in to ignition power and 12-volt power that I got going up in here in my dash, and then I just got to piece everything back together, and I should be good to go. So I'm just going to motor forward, putting all these together. I don't have enough shrink wrap that's the right size, so I might kind of jerry rig. This is not advice, but I might kind of jerry rig it with just a bunch of connectors and electrical tape. I'm not really that concerned about it. It should be fine, and it will be fused if the worst case scenario does arrive, but it will not. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep motoring. Okay, so we have all this stuff neatly tucked away, and I have my 2 wires remaining, which is red, a power wire, and this white one is the remote, like turn on switch for the relay. So I'll show you what I'm about to do here. So in here, this is the radio harness, plugs into the back of this radio. This yellow wire is switched power. right here. So I have this connector that I'm going to crimp on there, and that is going to be my remote wire to turn on the lights. And then my 12-volt source right here on the back of my switch. I actually have this 12-volt thing right there, which is the 12-volt wire from my light bar. But I'm just gonna tap into that because it's just staring at me. It just seems super easy. So I'm gonna crimp this on, try to make good connection, and then wire it up and then test these lights, and then I can put all the stuff up in when it's dark, because it's about to get dark. Sunset looks kind of nice over there, but I am trying to hurry. Okay, so I got it all wired up and turned it on, and nothing. So I did a little bit of testing, yada yada yada. I had them hooked up backwards. So much for reading the instructions. I either read them and, you know, totally failed in my comprehension, or the instructions were wrong. But I'm gonna go with the second option, and that's what you get when you buy $48 lights. So anyways, we are going to put the key in, turn it on, and check out what we got. There we go. I think they look pretty sweet. So that's it. That's the end of this episode. Freedom lights, cab marker lights, big rig lights, whatever you want to call them. They look good and announce the presence of my van adequately. That sounded super lame. Anyways, peace.